In the quiet of the bedroom, a woman embraces her new lover, realizing that replacing a broken heart is far easier than healing it. Just 24 hours earlier, the man she loved for a decade stands before her in a white coat. He coldly tells her they must keep their relationship a secret to protect his promotion. She nods obediently, swallowing her disappointment. Later that night, she approaches his apartment with a birthday cake, excitement bubbling in her chest, but she freezes when she hears a woman's voice inside. Through the door, the man she adores dismisses her existence entirely, calling her a meaningless flame just to appease his jealous ex. He laughs, claiming he never loved her and only used her out of spite. Tears stream down the nurse's face as her world collapses, and walks away, dumping the box in the trash as her sadness turns to icy resolve. That evening, she transforms, dressed in a stunning silver gown. She walks into a bar and locks eyes with a handsome stranger. She boldly invites him to spend the night, and he doesn't hesitate. By morning, she wakes up beside him, satisfied that her plan to move on has worked, leaving her ID badge behind in the bathroom. Back at the hospital, she walks the halls with a colleague, joking about how the handsome stranger was just a tool to help her forget, confident she will never see him again. But as the glass doors slide open, her blood runs cold. The stranger from the bar is standing right there, wearing a doctor's coat and smirking at her. Destiny, it seems, has a wicked sense of humor. The department meeting turns into a nightmare as the chief introduces the new head doctor. It is the stranger from the bar, looking sharp and composed in his white coat. The nurse stares at the floor, trembling, praying that the heavy makeup she wore last night was enough to disguise her identity. She begs the universe for him to stay silent. But the handsome doctor locks eyes with her, a playful smirk dancing on his lips. He speaks up in front of everyone, slowly mentioning that he saw her yesterday. Her heart stops, but instead, he smoothly lies, claiming he witnessed her saving victims at a car accident. He praises her skill, winking at her to let her know he remembers every detail. Flustered and breathless, she escapes to the escalator, trying to calm her racing heart, only to find her ex-boyfriend waiting for her at the bottom. He blocks her path, arrogance written all over his face, asking if she's avoiding him, but she is done being a victim. She looks him dead in the eye and coldly declares that from now on, they are nothing more than colleagues. Drawing a permanent line in the sand, tension fills the air outside the hospital as the nurse's ex-boyfriend demands her attention. His arrogance is suffocating as he grabs her arm, refusing to let her go. The nurse is trapped between two men who see her as nothing more than a toy. Suddenly, a calm voice cuts through the chaos. The new head doctor steps in, his presence commanding instant silence. He leans against the sports car, coolly asking the wealthy man if he wants a broken neck, warning him that one wrong move could leave him paralyzed. Terrified, the rich man begs for mercy, screaming for the nurses to save him. The ex-boyfriend watches in shock as the head doctor effortlessly takes control, protecting the nurse without even raising his voice. Once the chaos settles, the nurse thanks him, worried about the police. But the doctor just smiles, leans in close, and drops a bombshell. He tells her there is only one way to solve this mess. She has to pretend to be his girlfriend. The nurse freezes, realizing she has just traded one complication for another, far more dangerous. He smiles mischievously, telling her it's the only way to avoid legal trouble with the rich man. She hesitates, but he leans in close, whispering that she should just trust him and go home to rest. Meanwhile, her ex-boyfriend storms back to the hospital, furious and jealous. He demands to know where she is, only to hear the nurses gossiping that she has a new boyfriend. The head doctor? His face twists in anger as he realizes he has been replaced by a man far more powerful than him. Later that night, he returns to his apartment to find his current girlfriend waiting on the couch, smoking a cigarette, chaos scattered everywhere. He frowns, comparing her messy habits to the nurse's perfect order. Disgusted, he pushes her away when she tries to seduce him, claiming he has surgery, but his eyes betray the truth. He is already regretting the woman he threw away. The next morning, the rich patient returns to the hospital with a neck brace, groaning in pain as he glares at the nurse. But his mother is there, warning him to stop making trouble because the new head doctor is the mayor's grandson. The nurse and her colleagues are shocked, realizing this mysterious doctor is not just talented, but untouchable. Rumors spread like wildfire that the nurse is the head doctor's girlfriend, and even her closest friends believe it. The nurse tries to deny it, but she is cornered. After her shift, the head doctor catches her leaving and insists on taking her to breakfast. They end up at a small noodle shop, where he suddenly drops the formal act. He reveals that he knows her hometown and that his parents want him to marry a girl from there. The nurse, nervous and trying to set boundaries, tells him she doesn't want people to misunderstand his kindness. She assumes he only helped her out of pity, but he looks her dead in the eye, his expression serious. He tells her it wasn't a misunderstanding at all, implying that his feelings and his actions were very real. The nurse panics, trying to push him away by claiming she isn't interested in a casual fling. She stammers that they aren't compatible, desperate to maintain distance, but the doctor just smiles, unfazed by her rejection. He calmly admits that their night together started as an impulse, but after spending time with her, he wants something more. He catches her off guard by asking why she was trembling that night if it was truly meaningless to her, exposing her vulnerability. Flustered, she tries to lie and say she is experienced, but he sees right through her, gently teasing her about her innocence. Memories of their intimate night flash through her mind, making her blush uncontrollably. She slams her chopsticks down, insisting they are just colleagues, and storms out, leaving him grinning at her retreat. Later that night, the nurse is trying to relax at home when her ex-boyfriend barges in, drunk on jealousy. He accuses her of sleeping with the head doctor, mocking her for moving on so quickly. He tries to grab her, demanding an explanation. But the nurse has had enough. She shoves him away, her eyes cold, telling him that even living in a fantasy was better than the reality of being with him. She throws him out, even with him slamming the door on his pathetic face. Furious and humiliated, Boris saying, humiliated. The ex-boyfriend gets into his car, scrolling through his phone. Suddenly, he freezes. A headline flashes on the screen, exposing his current girlfriend, the wealthy actress, secretly meeting another man at a hotel. His face twists in rage as he realizes he has been played by everyone. The atmosphere in the hospital cafeteria is thick with gossip, but her friend pesters her about the head doctor, when suddenly, the head doctor himself slides into the seat next to her, grinning mischievously. The friend immediately abandons her, fleeing the scene and leaving them alone. The nurse tries to leave too, but he blocks her path, playfully teasing her about avoiding him. He admits he asked her friend for help because she wouldn't answer his calls. The nurse is furious, accusing him of using his power to corner her. She reminds him that hospital romances are frowned upon, and that his prestigious background makes them an impossible match. But the doctor doesn't care about rules or rumors. He leans in close, his voice dropping to a sincere whisper. Confessing that he likes her for real, he tells her that he doesn't want her to guess his feelings. He wants to be direct. He compares her past relationship to a mistake in a medical record, something to be crossed out and forgotten, urging her not to waste her life mourning a man who was nothing but trash. His words hit home. Melting her defenses, she blushes. Unable to argue, outside, the ex-boyfriend watches from the shadows. His fists clenched in rage as he sees the nurse get into the doctor's luxury car, his jealousy turning into a dangerous obsession. Across town, the ex-boyfriend's life is falling apart. His glamorous girlfriend, the actress, waits for him at home. Complaining about his late hours, she tries to be affectionate, but he pulls away, cold and distant. He looks at her, messy and demanding, and tells her he is done, that he doesn't want to be with her anymore. Stunned and furious, she screams at him, throwing a book as he walks out the door, leaving her alone in her chaos. The next day, she storms into the hospital, sunglasses on, looking for a fight. She spots the nurse leaving an office and assumes the worst, screaming that she is the reason for the breakup. She tries to slap the nurse, but the nurse catches her wrist in midair, eyes blazing with defiance. She tells the actress she isn't afraid, and that whatever happened between her and the ex is none of her business. The hospital corridor falls silent as the two women face off. The tension electric, while the ex-boyfriend watches helplessly from the sidelines, realizing his mess has just become a public spectacle.